Hi there, listener. You're about to experience TADPOG. Tyler and Dave play old games, and there will be plenty of game talk, but also copious amounts of crude, off-color, offensive, and immature speech. So if you are of a rather sensitive humor constitution, we're just letting you know what you're in for with this show. It has games. It has jokes. You know, just games and jokes. Take the games, take the jokes, and have a good time.
Hello, Internet, and welcome to another TADPOG podcast. It's a show that happens twice a week.
No matter how hot it is.
No matter how
we do it.
How hot it is.
It's just begun to. It's gonna get worse.
It's a handsome boycast day because today we have 4 handsome boys.
Thanks.
Yeah, thank you. Sexy little boys.
Sexy little boys. Nikki's not on. She's not into it.
Get all up close to it. Don't be afraid. Don't be. I know it's big. I know it's intimidating. Get right up on it. There
Yes,
you go.
sir.
Where all these old guys get together to discuss contemporary issues like the Confederate flag and the Supreme Court's ruling on gay marriage.
No.
No, we're gonna
No,
talk
not gonna talk about that.
video games. It's fine. It's fine.
There's a lot of crossover though. There's a lot of political undertones in Mario Party.
Yes, Reaganomics. We
So,
mentioned
yeah.
that. Yeah.
Mario's basically wearing the Confederate flag. Really, if you
Essentially.
think about it, if you look at him hard enough,
Replace those yellow buttons with white stars, and
Yeah.
you're halfway there.
It's where Bruce Jenner got his start.
Some pretty controversial stuff in Mario Party 1.
Yeah.
guess what we're talking about today?
Mario Party 3
IGN. Fuck. All right, gotta do Sunset Riders again.
again.
Dorkly's top 25 N64 games. Today, number 13.
I'm glad you checked.
Yep. After Dunigan talked about it earlier, I was like, I better check.
I figured that was gonna be a 2-minute ordeal. We're like, I don't know what number it is.
Hey guys, Dunigan's here.
And spoilers.
Mario Party. But yes, after a long, nearly 2-year hiatus,
And hard.
has not been seen since episode 32 of Madden.
Number 1 Dan Marino fan.
Tyler Dunigan.
Hello.
Because we're on episode 222 now. He hasn't been on since episode 32.
We call him Laces Out off the mics.
I can go with it. That's pretty good.
But first, I'm
Also, Josh is here.
yeah,
I'm back.
forgot about that.
He's old news. He doesn't matter anymore.
First, I'm your bearded host, Tyler. And I'm not sure if it's this Mario Party. I'm relatively sure it's this Mario Party. But I have a story involving Josh Nance, Tyler Dunigan, and myself, and a Mario Party game.
Did it happen tonight?
No. Yeah.
What happened when I stepped out to go to the
Dave was
bathroom?
there.
Dave was here.
Dave's gone. Lemon party.
Dave's back. Mario Party.
It happened when the N64 was the current gen console. Because I remember the only one of my friends, like way back in the day, that could have large sleepovers was Josh. Your parents were the only ones that were cool with it. So I remember one time it was a whole bunch of us. Because it was you, Dunigan, me, Kyle, our friend Kyle.
Of Zombies Ate My Neighbors fame? Or
No,
different Kyle?
Different Kyle. And like 2 other people. And Mario Party was a new thing, and we were all playing Mario Party and having a great time. And your parents were gone for some reason. And it was after 10:30. It's important that you know it was after 10:30.
Jerk off Jamboree.
Yep. So basically, what happened was all us testosterone-filled boys played Mario Party in the living room. And what we do once 10:30 hit and Skinamax was on,
Yeah.
we would basically, whoever was the odd man out would tag out and go to Josh's room, jerk off to whatever was on Cinemax, and then come in and rejoin the Mario Party after it was over. Nothing in his carpet, though. We were all responsible. We all went and washed our hands properly, like just good human beings.
Right, that was all me, Mom. It was all me.
Your mom is an avid listener.
She wants to know how many people are jerked off in her house. So you listen to every episode just in case there's a reference.
What kind of butt stuff has he done?
As she holds the box full of sex toys that she stole from your house. That's really all I got. I wanted to tell a story about the three of them at Mario Party. That's it.
All right.
We all took turns jerking off, playing Mario Party.
To be fair, I don't remember that at all.
I'm sure it happened.
I'm pretty sure it was your idea.
I mean, it was my neighborhood, so I'm sure, got to mark your grounds. But
Right.
Because you tried jerking off with all of us, and I was like, whoa, Dunigan. Take it back in Josh's room.
oh, well, whenever you put it like that, yeah, I remember it perfectly.
I still have nightmares about that.
So embarrassed. It's so embarrassed.
That's why I can't get off manually now. Thanks, guys.
All of his drinking surge. I think striptease was the soup du jour for jerking off.
Super nachos. We made super nachos. Yeah, played Mario Party, GoldenEye. Yeah, I remember those N64 days. Some good days.
I'm so glad I had a boy.
Man, your house is going to be like masturbation capital.
Man, it smells salty in this room.
Was Spider-Man here? What's this?
What's up, Internet? I'm Dave. I'm your bespectacled host. Man, the closest thing I've got to that, to match that, is I remember being in middle school, and I remember someone for their birthday had a sleepover at their house, and we all watched. We did essentially the same thing, except I was horrified with the idea. Except instead of Mario Party, we were watching Predator. It was just Predator like on a loop, and then someone would leave and then come back, and then someone else would leave and then come back.
Do you think that's why you were horrified with the idea?
Maybe.
Predator's mouth opening up towards you.
God, I just got to jerk off to that. Those dreads, man.
And it's too bad we can't say the activity stopped in middle school or early high school. They kept going far into college and beyond when we were all shredded somewhere.
Let's be really specific when we say we. I've never masturbated at a party. It's just never a thing that I've done.
At an impromptu slumber party.
I have at a bachelor party.
Well, whenever we moved Megan out of that apartment.
I was the entertainment.
Remember when you happily had your new iPod video that had porn on it?
Yeah, that wasn't a party though. Like we didn't get together and then
we got to get her to move Meg out and then jerked off at her apartment.
big moving party. And that was like everyone's asleep and I have a lot of porn loaded up on my iPod.
All the furniture's moved.
There's no cable
I'm
in here.
famished.
Nothing else to
It was
do.
boring. It was
Yeah.
really boring.
Yeah.
Everyone's sleeping on the floor. It was just the worst. And then I was like, well, I never watched porn while I've driven before, so I threw that motherfucker in the car and just drove around, feeling pretty good about myself, watching porn on a 3-inch screen on the interstate. Living the future, Jetson future right here.
Was that the same iPod video that we watched porn on going to Albuquerque?
I think that was Tyler's.
That was mine.
Okay.
Interspersed between episodes of season 3
Right.
of The Office. Yeah. You guys want to watch season 3 of The Office for the third time? No, just throw like some 20-second clips on there. Okay. They wanted to do the. Are you guys familiar with Soggy Cracker?
Yeah.
They wanted to do that.
Or Limp Biscuit.
I don't like that.
Okay,
one.
I've heard
Yeah.
of Limp Bizkit, but
Soggy Cracker's the same thing.
Same thing, just for like
crappy music.
Yeah.
Sorry, Taryn.
Soggy Cracker's the tribute band to Limp Bizkit. I'm sure that's an Urban Dictionary. If you're not sure what it is, you can look it up.
I'll pull it up.
But essentially, I'll just go ahead and tell you because I
Yeah.
feel like telling you.
Even better.
It's when a whole bunch of guys decide to, I don't know, jerk off on a cracker, and whoever doesn't finish eats the cracker.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Yeah.
What's the I mean, given it's a regular like saltine cracker, what's like the max number? Or is everybody like in a circle, like shoulder by shoulder, or is it just in the middle of the room?
Give it to me.
And whenever
Pass it over. Give it quick.
Come on me.
you just have to walk to the middle of the room and walk away. It's like a weird I Spy, where everybody's just in corners.
This is going to be a weird episode.
And I'm assuming the Limp Biscuit is the same thing, just with a biscuit.
I don't know.
Yep.
A
Like
biscuit would be
like in the
easier to
middle?
hit.
We don't have any girl
Yeah.
here to like even us out, so it's 4 guys. So of course this is where we're gonna go.
Odd.
I mean, I'm just trying to think of the logistics of it. Yeah, you would have to like step forward, to come on the biscuit without like.
Yeah, but what if somebody else steps forward at the same time?
That's just
Then it's just
a risk, man.
Then it's just a game of swords. You're
Or
like,
is everybody so close, shoulder to shoulder, in a small, tight circle
Yeah.
around the biscuit?
I like to think you're like
You're gonna be
$2
you're gonna be
locking antlers over the biscuit.
You're gonna be hitting knuckles all the time. Yeah, it's gonna be a mess.
It's just they're pointed directly at each other. It's like a Dragon Ball Z fight where they both charged up and shooting their energy beams at each other.
I feel like we just wrote the next Hardee's breakfast commercial. Or saltines, they don't have any ads running. Let's pitch this to them.
Biscuits so big, 10 guys can come on them. Hardee's. We make it from scratch at dawn.
I don't know. Something biscuits and gravy. I don't know.
that's the best one I've ever heard. Any joke that starts with something is money.
Thanks for being on, guys.
Yeah, what's up? You ever come?
Are we ending?
Yeah.
Usually think it's at the end. All right.
Are you
That
guys
was fun.
Too excited about a biscuit.
Guys,
I've got a Hardee's before they close.
Either you guys ever come on food?
No.
I'm going to step into the other room for a few minutes. Yeah.
You need to come up with an intro story real quick. Like come on an apple or something.
They'll just come in the corner of my carpet.
Hand me
real quick.
that pizza box.
There's a Christmas tree over there. You can maybe ever come on a Christmas tree. You ever jerk off into a Christmas tree?
Dunigan, you've had almost 200 episodes to think of another intro story.
Man,
I'm sure you have a doozy just ready to go.
not really.
The funniest intro story.
We've been waiting.
Not really. Actually, we had this planned out. Josh was going to talk about one first to have me a segue, but screw it. We grew up as neighbors. He just lived like 2-3 houses down from us. And whenever he's a year older than I am, and my brother's a year older than he is.
And my brother's a year older than he is.
Yeah. So suck on that.
And he can beat Mario 3 without using any of the warp whistles.
We were all around first, second grade, somewhere in there. And me and my brother, we had a go-kart. Looked like a Indy F1 race car. At the time, I was pretty young. I was kind of afraid to drive it. And whenever I wouldn't go fast. But Josh, not Nance, my brother, his name is Josh too. It's weird. He would get in it and he'd just go balls to the wall wherever he was going. One day, me and Nance were playing out in the middle of the street for something. And my brother come around to the
As safety comes.
yeah, we lived in a dead-end subdivision, so there was practically no traffic back there. But my brother was coming around the corner. I mean, we could see him coming, he could see us, and he would drive towards us, and me and Josh would jump out of the way. And one time, Nance tried to jump out of the way, but at the same time, my brother turned to steer away from him, and Nance just got hit. He flipped in midair, kind of landed in the cockpit of the car, and then rolled out. And he rolled, it was probably 20 foot down the pavement until he went into the ditch.
Fucked me up pretty bad.
He got up. Me and my brother, we were both panicking. I ran over there real fast, and he gets up, and he's walking. He's limping pretty good, but he looks okay, except for the fact that his clothing's all torn and he's got some blood on him. And he's just limping like a walker from Walking Dead, just coming at us.
He looks okay, like a zombie from Walking Dead.
That's about how he normally walks.
But the
That's
biggest-
about a 6 walk.
The biggest thing was we were kids and he wasn't crying, so obviously he's okay. Well, so we get over there.
Maybe he's just tough.
No. We get over there and Josh shuts the go-kart off and we get over there and start talking to him, checking on him. We ask him if he's okay. He said, yeah. And I mean, just, keeping it a 6. And then, and we said, are you okay? Was that fun? Because, I mean, he went for a ride.
You're trying to convince him at this point?
And he went for a ride.
There are 2 older brothers in this group. Yeah, so that's not out of the ordinary.
Yeah.
They would.
You having fun, buddy?
Yeah.
Yeah, you doing good? That was really cool. Remember when you flipped into the ditch? Man, you did such a good job.
Well, he keeps limping, trying to walk home. And he said, yeah, it's fun. Because, man, he barrel rolled. He had to have been 15, 18 times. It just kept going. And then, so my brother said, well, you want to do it again? And then it was like a switch flipped. No! cheers to the max. He went from a 6 to a 12 on the excitement level and just was screaming walking home. He ended up breaking his collarbone.
Damn.
I don't know if anything else was messed up, but I know that was.
Yeah, just I've actually still got scars on my back from that. But yeah,
Yikes.
yeah, I remember it a little differently though.
Right?
Yeah, because
You didn't cry?
I fucking lit a cigarette. And Now, I remember we were really excited about you guys getting your go-kart, and we were all planning on taking turns. Of course, we were first year, probably first grader. I was second grader. So yeah, why did your parents get the go-kart?
My parents were stupid.
But yeah, we were all like playing out on the street waiting our turn, and your older brother got the turn first, and I think that was it because you guys had to get rid of the go-kart after that.
Yeah.
So
Thanks,
you're
Josh.
welcome.
You big prick. I didn't even get my second turn.
But yeah, we were playing out on the street just like killing time until we got a chance at it. And like, here he fucking comes right at me. And I don't remember us like playing the game where we were jumping out of the way, but I remember I was trying to jump out of the way for life.
You're in your Matador costume.
Another thing, I remember whenever we got back to the house, your parents had already called my parents and they knew what had happened. Well, my parents were livid that it had ever happened to begin with. So whenever Josh gets it into the yard, they make us turn it off and push it into the garage because they said we're selling it. And my father was out there, he was pushing, my brother was pushing, and I grab onto it to help push. And of course, I grab onto the exhaust and burn the living garbage out of my hand. So that's your fault too.
Then I had to wipe your fucking blood off it.
Screw your
You
collarbone.
just hosing it down, just blood, just draining.
Just bits of bone.
So now I'm just thinking about the weird agreement that both your parents had in order to have kids like that 1 year apart, 4 years in a row.
It worked
Like,
well.
here's the sex bed, but you can only use it once a year. We'll flip a coin every year to see who gets it this year.
Can we start this episode over? I feel like that was a super wholesome story compared to me talking about coming on breakfast foods.
Keeping it even. Keeping
That's
us
a good
grounded.
transition to Mario Party. You hear
Because
that, Dave?
those were the consequences we played Mario Party. Whoever gets last place, sorry.
You either get hit by a go-kart or come on a biscuit.
I'd probably rather come on a biscuit. I'm not going to eat that shit, though.
Josh said it was fun. Just don't ask him to do it again.
Josh only cries spiders, wrecks, and heartbreak. Nothing else can make Josh Nance cry.
Rainstorms.
They'll scare him.
I do hear that. I hear that. That's the Josh spinning around 15 times and then smoking a cigarette while he pops his clavicle back in. Train, which of course ushers in a segment that we like to call Dave Reads from Wikipedia. Okay, guys. Mario Party. This article is about a series. For more information of the first game in the series, see Mario Party video game. Click. Okay, guys. Mario Party video game. This article is about the first game in the series. For the series as a whole, see Mario Party. No thanks. Mario Party, Japanese. Mario Party, also known as Mario Party 1, is a party video game. I really wish they'd stop saying party. For the Nintendo 64 game console.
You're not gonna like my notes.
Say it in Japanese from here on out. Patty.
Party. Developed by Hudson Soft and published by Nintendo. It was released in Japan on December 18th, 1998, in North America on February 8th, 1999, and in Europe, of course, on March 9th, 1999.
2013.
9 March.
As the first game resulting from a partnership between Nintendo and Hudson Soft, which began in May 1998. Mario Party is the first game in the Mario Party series and is followed by Mario Party Ichi. Or Ni, sorry. Packaging. Here's the thing. Oh, thank God they talk about this. I was going to
How
mention
awful
this.
it looks?
Now,
Yeah.
Because, all right, this is on Dorkly's top 25 N64 games. And I made it a point. I was like, okay, I want to get the full N64 experience. I don't want to emulate this. I want to buy the fucking console and hunt these games down so I can just feel how fucking horrible they all are firsthand. And so I was going through the list and I'm like making my little spreadsheet just to make Sam proud. I was making my spreadsheet of all the games I had to get. And so I'm scrolling down. I'm like, okay, Mario Party 3. All right, seems like an odd one, but okay, Mario Party 3. Next. We get like a month out from recording this, and I'm like, why is it Mario Party 3? That's really odd. And I scroll back through the list. It's actually Mario Party. It's not Mario Party 3. And I like that they mention that. They take special mention in the Wikipedia article. I feel vindicated. The packaging for Mario Party features Mario jumping to a dice block, which is a block that generates a random number. So like a number will show up in the block. It's an item in the game which determines how many spaces the character moves on his or her turn. The most prominent number on the block on the packaging is 3, and it's positioned right below the title of the game. This may mislead consumers into thinking this game is Mario Party 3, which it did.
I thought it too when I saw it. So yeah,
Because it's like, with them saying it's below is like, not really. It's like beside it.
Yeah.
There's 56 mini games. Okay, that's all Wikipedia says. There's actually a lot of stuff.
How many do you think we played?
Probably
6?
18. Yeah.
All right, so Mario Party, because basically it's a board game. You get a bunch of players. You're playing a board game, basically rolling dice.
It's a video game.
It's a video game.
You
board
hit
game.
dice blocks.
Hit dice blocks. And at the end of every turn, or depending on what tile you land on, you play a competitive mini game. Either every man for himself, just one player, 2 versus 2, 1 versus 3.
That's the fun part.
Yeah,
That's the fun part. The mini games are the fun part.
yeah.
The board game, I don't think it's the fun part. Because it's like, it's kind of fun, but I felt like the meat of it was the mini games.
It's a good. I feel like it's a good medium between the mini games.
You like both equally?
Yeah. Well, no, I like the mini games more, but I feel like the board is necessary.
Just for keeping it exciting as opposed to just playing a bunch of...
Yeah, instead of just mini game after mini game.
We played the more simple board that was just like an excuse between mini games, and it wasn't as fun as the standard board.
Right.
Yeah.
And every board changes dramatically depending on which one you pick.
It was rated 3 stars, though. It was the highest rated.
All right, here's my heavily predicated statement.
We know we need to have at least one of those every
Yeah.
episode.
Out of all the games that we have played for Dorkly's top 25,
Yeah.
this is probably the game I've enjoyed the most. But that enjoyment is like all the planets have to line up. In order for you to get like a real amount of enjoyment out of this game, it has to be a very set an amount of conditions.
Basically, he gets more enjoyment when I'm around.
Yeah.
Than
Dunigan has to be there. He has to be just horny as hell.
There has to be a jerk off room nearby.
24/7.
Or we're all in the jerk off room, whichever.
The Jerkatorium, please.
You need to have 4 couch co-op players,
hard.
4
Oh, right.
in-person players with you. You need to be have plenty of time, food, drinks, like a long-term scenario. We're gonna sit down and play this game, but you can't play it too long because I feel like 1 or 2 games and you're fucking burnt out.
Because the game that we played was 20 turns,
And that took a long time.
and that took took a while.
Which was the lowest setting, right? Because it's like...
It was 20, 35, and 50.
Yeah. I can't imagine playing a 50-turn game.
I played a 50-turn game.
Really?
It's hours.
It's Monopoly.
It takes you hours to beat.
Are you still playing it? You like playing by mail?
I've got a computer running Civ 2 still,
Yeah.
and then another TV with Mario Party playing a 50-turn game.
And your Risk board set up on your kitchen table.
I was about to bring up Risk. I don't know if Nance ever come over to play, but our friend Kyle that Tyler was mentioning earlier, he used to come over and we'd set up a Risk game. That thing would take a week and a half to
Fuck
play it.
yes.
Yeah.
He would
Fuck
go
yes.
home and we'd write down where everybody had their stuff. And then a couple of days later, he'd come over, we'd try to finish it up or at
And
least
that's-
get a couple more hours in.
That's nuts, man, that it would even, as kids, couldn't, all the fucking time in the world, I
Yeah.
couldn't finish that game. I can't imagine playing that now.
And it has a lot of stuff you can do, earning those trophies and unlocking worlds and things like that. I mean, there's a lot of content. It takes fucking forever. I mean, I feel like in your guys' neighborhood where it was a bunch of kids around the same age all together. Well, you had like Spiro and Gwen and everybody right down the street.
Other Josh in the other neighborhood.
I never invited Spiro over because I didn't want him to choke me out.
Yeah, there were 3 Joshes in our like area. It was pretty confusing. All the same age.
I feel like our graduating class was mostly Josh's and Matt's.
I think it was. Yeah,
75%.
Yep. Whole bumper crop of Josh's and Matt's back in 83, 84. But I mean, you throw off one of those conditions, and you're not going to have that fun of a time. If you have just the perfect setup, this game is a lot of fun.
I think even if you had 3 players, it's not nearly as fun.
Not as fun. You're right. That computer player is going to fucking win.
Right.
So,
I think another one of the stars that has to align is everybody that's playing has to be relatively on the same skill level.
Yeah.
If you're playing with 4 people and you've got 1 person that's good and 3 people that are not, it's just a joke.
Dunigan, you were a good player this go round. I feel
Well,
like
that was a fluke. I was meaning we've got Mario Party 8 on the Wii, and I was meaning like whenever I'm playing with my 6-year-old and my wife, I might as well just put the controller down and let it do its own thing, and I'll still win more of the matches than they do.
I hope you get really aggressive about your victories.
Just slam it down,
Yeah, exactly.
knock her plate out of her hand.
You're grounded.
Suck on that.
All right, who's playing for money? Let's go.
baby 3, go to the bedroom. Kick. Spartan kick into the bedroom. You lose. Oh, man.
Yeah. So the goal of the game is to get stars
to be the superstar.
Yeah, to be the superstar. Mm-hmm. And they tally up your stars and your coins at the end.
Right, because there's a star somewhere on the board.
Right.
Somewhere on the board there's a star, and you have to roll your way there, move your spaces towards that star.
Right. And you can, there's a lot of chance to it.
Yeah.
Like a lot of chance just to get to the point on the board where the star is that you can buy. Mm-hmm. That then if you have enough coins, you can buy it. There are other things you could steal from.
That's where the skill comes in. The skill comes from like getting the coins to buy the star.
Yeah, the mini games net you coins.
Right.
The more coins you have, the more you can do. Like pay Boo to steal a star, pay Toad for a star in the first place, stuff like that. Yeah,
and then once someone buys a star, another one's placed on the board.
Right.
But that location changes, and that's another way skill comes into play. Because whenever you roll your dice and you see how many spaces you're going to move, if you come up to a Y in the road, you can view the overall map and see what space you're going to end up landing on one way or the other, or try to take a shortcut because you know you're not going to get to the star first. Mm-hmm. You maybe hopefully take a path where the star is going to end up going.
Strategize a little bit.
Yeah,
it may be completely off, but you still have a shot at it.
Right.
See, I feel like it was a good balance between strategy and chance, because there's you hit the block, the little dice block, to determine how many moves you're going to make that turn, and that's all chance. But you can zoom out, you can look at the map, you can plan where you're wanting to go, if where you need to go. So there is a little bit of strategy like that involved. So I feel like it was a pretty good balance between the two.
And then skill. So really, it's kind of 3 things: luck, strategy, and skill.
Yeah.
Because if you suck at the mini games, you're not going to get any coins, which means you're never going to be able to buy a star unless you keep landing on. We also forgot to mention some of the spots are different colored. Like there's blue spots that you can land on, and those net you coins. And there's red spots that you land on, and they subtract coins. Mm-hmm. So I guess you could be horrible.
You get coins for going all the way around the board. You get
coins for going around the board and landing on blue
special
spots.
tokens where you can mess with the transfer, where you can make players exchange coins and exchange stars.
Certain spots will just give you a solo mini game just to give you yourself a chance to get coins.
There's the Bowser spaces, which I was heavily in the lead. Then I hit a Bowser space and fucking plummeted to last place. Bowser spots are there to whoever lands on that, you're getting fucked.
Well, that's that Mario element, man. Because I feel like all these Mario games, like Mario Party, Mario Kart, to a lesser degree Mario Tennis, but these games have this chaotic element to them where it's that can easily happen in Mario Kart, where it's I'm in first place and here comes a blue shell and I'm in 8th place. Yeah. Just like that. Just right before the finish line. Oh, and I'm lost.
And it's weird for me to say this, but I feel like in all the Mario games, in the entire Mario universe, Bowser is at his most evil in the Mario Party games.
Yeah.
You mean the
see
king
that.
of magic?
Yeah, what's up
Bowser.
with that, by the way? Is he ever referenced anywhere else as the king of magic?
Because I don't know if like Mario was like, man, I want to play this game. All right, well you play. Oh, I don't want to play with Bowser. Somebody says, well, why don't you just have him run it then? Have him be the games master. Yeah, that can't go poorly at all. Hey Bowser, we're gonna play a game, but
BRDM.
we need someone to just enforce the rules.
And I think because Toad is the game master. I think Bowser's mad that he wasn't invited, and he's the guy who comes up and fucks up the board.
Do you think he has like a bitch in black deck? Do you think that he's the king of magic in that regard? Like in the Mushroom Kingdom, he just dominates the magic tournament?
Black and green, just
Yeah.
fucking you up.
That's probably what he'd roll with, yeah.
Because he's got a couple different ways to fuck you over. Like if you land in front of him, he'll straight up steal either your coins or your stars.
Yeah, he can steal a star, which takes a lot of work to get.
Yes, it does. And then there's
the green spaces
he changes the board around.
to where everything that was a blue space that gave you coins, which is in
A lot of
abundant
it.
compared to the red, flips to where all the blue are red and the red turn to blue.
And then there are his games, which if you play one of his games, they're there to fuck you up pretty much.
That's where Tyler.
That's
lost
what
his 40
happened to
coins.
Tyler.
yeah.
Because you had, like, when you say you were heavily in the lead, I want to, like, kind of quantify that a little bit. You had 76 coins, I believe.
So it was a lot.
I mean, it was a lot. Like, if it wasn't 76, it was definitely in the 70s. And the rest of us kind of had, like, in the 20s. Maybe someone had in the 40s. And then, like, you played one Bowser game, and you were in last place.
Yep, I was Peach because I'm always Peach. I love Peach because Meg predicated her statement like, "Oh, who played who?" Well, Tyler played Peach. I'm well aware of his predilection for Peach, but so you're Peach in a Bowser costume where you can hardly move. Everybody else is hammers. Every time they hit me, I lose like 10 coins. So you guys just
We just ganged up
you
on you.
gang
Yeah.
bang the shit out
Yeah,
of
yeah,
Peach in
yeah.
a Bowser costume.
It felt good.
Yeah, I mean, really. Really. I wish I could have played as Toad. You mentioned that you played as Peach. Toad would have been my choice.
That's something they do whenever the newer games. There's a lot of other characters you can play.
There needs to be more because there's
Yeah.
like 6 to choose from, and like if you got 4 people playing, that gets limited pretty quick. Because it's like, all right, well, I guess someone's got to be Wario.
I don't know how many there are, and it's 8 that we have, but I know there's got to be 10 or more.
Yeah.
10 or 12.
So I know it wasn't in this game, but in the later games, are the characters? Are there any differences to like how they move in the mini games, anything like that? Because I feel like that would have been really complicated to implement, but I feel like that's kind of what this is missing. Because other than the avatar and
How they look.
and the noises they make,
Yeah.
there's no difference between each character in this game.
Yeah,
I mean,
like someone like Luigi who could have been more nimble, or Princess who's very light would have been better on like jumping levels, but Donkey Kong on levels where you have to like knock someone off or pick someone up,
Right.
that he's almost immobile because he's so heavy.
I feel like they could have done that, but
That would have changed the game.
Yeah.
That really would have changed the game.
honestly, I don't know. I know you can play as Bowser in the newer ones. It's a completely different guy who's supposed to be the bad guy on the board, and you can play as Toad. But as far as jumping and moving around, I can't really remember if I don't know that I've ever noticed that there's a difference between them.
So Bowser is pretty big in this game. Does he shrink down in 8 so that you can play him? Because we noticed I think we've talked about this before.
The size difference is definitely not there. It's a lot more relative.
They can't
when
figure
do
out
it.
how big Bowser is.
Right.
Yeah,
They
he's,
just can't.
he's in Mario Party 10
Well, he's the
and he's
king.
enormous.
Right.
Well, there he's a boner. On all the other games, he's soft.
He's the king of magic. He obviously can change his side.
That is true. Alter self. It's not that hard.
So we came over here a few hours early. You only get to play one board, but there are several. Because I remember I enjoyed Donkey Kong's board back when I played it a long time ago.
Explain to me what the difference is, because I know you guys were talking about there are differences between what boards you play. Because like we played Bowser's, I assumed it was Bowser's stage because it was a volcano.
Mm-hmm.
And like what's different besides? I mean, does it just look different, or are there
The
actual
shortcuts are different.
Okay.
Some of the effects are different.
Whenever you land on the green blocks or the green spaces and the board changes somewhat,
Yeah.
the changes between the boards
Okay.
may be a little bit different.
So
It's
because
not
some parts of
necessarily
levels-
it's always the spots just flip flop. It may be something else, a road reroutes or something.
okay,
Yeah,
gotcha.
some parts will be inaccessible until you hit that. Then like a bridge will shift and you'll be able to get to that.
Okay, but generally it's pretty much
Right.
pretty much just like the same idea. Like
Yeah.
it doesn't change the game itself too drastically, or
No,
does
you
it?
you still have the same opportunity for all the mini games. It's just how the board is laid out, and
There's not as much
And
fuck
things to
you
go
on the
with the
other
board.
levels.
Really?
Like Bowser's
Oh.
level was pretty heavy on the fuck you.
And there's no other difference like on the. Oh, damn it! Fucking mind went blank.
It's all right. You're not the king of magic.
Yeah,
We
I'm
don't-
not the king of magic. Fucking boost all that thought for me. It'll come to me. Go on.
Do you want to talk about the mini games? We haven't really specifically talked about them.
going back to the skill, luck, and whatever the third one was you guys come up with. Strategy. There it is. You can even if you suck at the game, there's still ways you can win. If you're in a mini game and you're not good at what the game is, typically,
Stand there.
stand there. It worked for Dave
Yeah.
numerous times.
Yes, absolutely.
But you may not even have to try to progress to get to the finish line or to get to the goal. There's on almost all of the games you can try to attack the other players. So if you're not good at moving around between platforms, if you can just hit somebody else at an opportune
Sabotage.
time,
Yeah.
knock them off the platform.
Well, that's for me. That's when the fun really came in, because it's like the strategy is fun and the luck. I mean, I could take it or leave it, but like the mini games, especially the ones where it was like four, where it was like a free for all. Like those are my favorite because it's like. I love when those popped up, and I would kind of hate when it was like 3v1 or 2v2, because now all of a sudden it's like, I can't be a total asshole. But like when it's a free for all, it's just like, fuck it, man, who cares?
Yeah, the
There's a
2
lot more
versus 2
competitive.
were pretty interesting because you're usually you're partnered up with somebody and you have to cooperate. Now this person you're playing against is now your friend.
Yeah.
So I remember I was sucking it up the first part of this game, and I was paired with Dunigan, and he was like, "Oh God, I did not want to be paired with you," but we won. So
There was absolutely nothing prior to that point that went Josh's way. Every single time he moved his space, it was red. Every single time anything else happened, it was the negative option that he could have gotten if he was trying to go down a shortcut. You had to pay 10 coins and then spin a block. And if you got a Bowser head, it didn't work. And if you got the
You just
star
lost
on the
your
block,
money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you got the star, you got to take the shortcut. And every one that he did, he got a Bowser head.
You were the bad luck Brian of Mario Party for the beginning, and I was like, I had the best beginner's luck. I feel like, because I started out really strong.
Well, yeah, the natural over here.
And then about like halfway through, it was like, I feel like halfway through, everyone who's already played this game before or a Mario Party game was like, oh, this is how we do it. That like you got back in the rhythm, because it's like, I honestly thought I'd played a Mario Party before. I hadn't, because like all this board game stuff was completely new to me. I think they copied it in Super Monkey Ball 2. Wasn't there something like that?
Yeah.
Because that's what it reminded me of.
I don't remember the board part of Super Monkey Ball, though.
Really?
I remember a lot of mini games, but I don't remember moving around a board.
I've played something where I feel like I played something for the show
I
where there was
I have
a
a
board.
crappy memory, though. So.
It might not have
Screw
been
me.
Super Monkey Ball 2. But I do feel like the more I play N64 games, the more I feel like Super Monkey Ball was just like, oh yeah, all these Mario games that came out, they're really good. Let's put them all into like one thing.
Yeah. Let's give it a really shitty single player that's going to frustrate you to make you want to go play Mario Party.
But
Okay.
the thing is, if you want to unlock it, you almost have to play single player,
Yeah.
because you can buy each of the individual mini games, so you can go back and play it as many times as you want to. But in order to do that, you have to play boards,
And that's
so you
the
can end up
difference.
getting the coins and the stars and stuff to end up having currency to buy it.
Yeah. There's items you can buy too, which honestly I didn't really mess with a whole lot, because Nicole and Josh picked this game up when you guys were in Louisville, thankfully, because I hadn't ordered it yet online, and it would have come in like tomorrow. It would
Funny
have come in
thing-
like Thursday, so that would have been good.
Funny thing is, the shop we bought this from had 2 N64 games for sale. One of them was Mario Party original. The other was Mario Party 3.
Because I hear I believe it's 2 or 3 is a grail. Is an N64 a grail.
I think it's the one where Mario is wearing like a
It's
cowboy
the Crocodile
hat.
Dundee
Yeah.
Australian
I
outfit.
had
But I don't think it's 3 then, because original was more expensive than 3 was at the shop.
and
so.
it's 2 then. Because I remember people throw a fit
remember-
about that on our game.
You can buy
collecting.
all 3 of the Japanese import for like $15. And that's just the way it goes. Like all these N64 games and even like Super Nintendo games or Super Famicom games are like fucking pennies on the dollar because I guess people just don't collect them.
Yeah.
Same fucking
If
exact
you get
thing.
the Japanese
They're
import, though, it is in Japanese text, right?
Yeah.
So the mini games don't change based on the board you're playing. They're all the same. They're all static all throughout the game, right? It's
Right.
okay. You have
I believe
so you
so.
have access to all the mini games. So I feel like that was something. It should have been different too in this game.
Oh, that you
I
played
would've
different
liked
mini
that.
games
Yeah.
based on the
You like
board?
you're playing Donkey Kong's level. You have Donkey Kong themed mini games. I think that would have been neat.
And that would have been more incentive to play different boards instead of just kind of
Yeah.
sticking with one.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe they change it in the later games.
I know
but-
later on some of the mini games aren't fully unlocked for you to play. You have to. I don't remember what you have to do, but whenever the wheel's spinning, going to select which game it is.
Yeah.
Oh, so
There-
we
there
like
only
question
be-
mark, question mark, question
Right,
mark. Yeah.
right. You only have 5 or 6 of them that are actually the text telling you what the game is, and the rest of them in the wheel are just question marks.
Gotcha.
But I can't remember, or maybe it's just if it lands on the question mark, it pops up, and then you're able to buy it in the store to play whenever it is, whenever you want to.
Whoever owned this game before me
Sucked.
unlocked everything, which was great. And yes, they also sucked because
Your first time you ended up beating their scores.
I beat their score like the very first time trying it. And I was like, I really wanted to taunt the person. Did you guys have a favorite mini game? Was there any like mini game that stood out to you as one that you thought was particularly fun?
Not the fishing one.
Man, that
I
fishing
couldn't-
one.
I was kicking ass at the fishing one.
Yeah, and I don't know how.
Yeah,
that doesn't make sense.
I like I think my favorite was the. Is it Shy Guy Says?
Yeah.
Yeah.
he's dressed-
and it's just because he's dressed up as a pirate. It's like Shy Guys plus pirate.
Yeah.
Win-win there.
Mine was the one where you were on the island and the ship was shooting cannonballs at you.
I like that one too.
We were all 4 there trying to. The cannonballs would land next to the island, making waves. Occasionally, it would land on the island and
yeah.
stun everybody. But then you're having to sit there and run to one side when the island raises up from the water splashing up to it, and
everyone's trying to
keep
push each
everybody
other
else
off the
from
island.
knocking each
Yeah.
other off.
So the mini games are pretty varied. I feel like, and they do give you a little, I guess, description of the controls.
They're
right
the worst.
before- Yeah,
They're the worst. The description of the game, because you like. First of all, here's the deal. The mini game starts.
It was the
And-
fishing game, right?
And no one, well, yeah, but no one wants to fucking read that because it's like, here's the description. All it takes is one person hit start, and it starts. Usually that was
I
Tyler.
did it every time. Every time.
Because like I'm trying to read it, I'm like, oh, okay, don't know how to play. We'll just figure it out.
Press B to jump. It's fine. And later Mario parties, you have the option to do a practice round
Yeah,
just to get your bearings. But that makes the game twice as long.
yeah. It also doesn't matter, honestly. Reading the
Yeah.
descriptions doesn't matter because I was reading the one where it was a tug of war mini game, and it was 1 versus 3, and the description of the mini game was rotate the control stick to win. Essentially, it was just that. And I was like, okay, what's the next screen say? Go over to the next screen. It shows a little diagram of rotating the stick. Okay, go to the next screen. It's the advice screen. It says, just rotate the stick. All right. See, they put a lot of thought into this.
Just do it, pussy. Run it to stick.
Pro tips.
Put your palm on it.
And Dunigan was way better at rotating the stick than I was.
Been doing it for a while.
It helps. It helps. All that practice pays off.
I know. Whenever we were younger, I used to have blisters in the center of my palm.
Oh yeah,
They'd just
I got
be
red,
red, and the blister would be bloody
blisters,
almost.
too.
So you guys are using the center of the palm
Yeah.
when you had to rotate it really fast? Because like I was using like the butt
Your
of my
Jesus
palm.
spot.
My Jesus
Yeah.
spot?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where the nail went through.
The nail of the 9-inch nail that I've got on my N64 controller. I just jam my hand in there and I'm like, I'm doing this for you, Christians.
Really, our playing Mario Party is just an allegory to be closer to Jesus. Like this is how we get initiated into the N64 religion.
I saw a really cool image for the very first time. This probably isn't a new thing, but I saw it like twice on the internet in the same day. So I'm like, all right, this is something of note. Have you seen the illustration of like Jesus on the cross and he flexes his biceps and he snaps the crucifix off in like either end of his hand?
I have not seen that.
Well, maybe we'll have one thing for the show notes. I saw it and I laughed my ass off.
Yep. Jesus flexes. In addition to What's Paul playing today? Mario Party.
That's the latest Jars of Clay album. Jesus flexes.
God, Jars of Clay. I've seen them in concert.
Me too, in Murray.
Too many times. Audio Adrenaline, Newsboys, Jars of Clay.
You're a real clayhead, huh?
Yeah. Jarhead. Nope. Well, that's the
Marines.
That's the Marines.
Jughead. No, that's Archie's friend. Fuck. Pyramid Head. No, fuck Conehead. Damn it.
I'm a real finger girl on a church bus. That's what you call a fan of Jars of Clay.
Have you ever seen that picture of Pyramid Head that's somebody's cosplaying as him?
No.
Just in a dark, foggy street, and they're just dragging. I forgot what the weapon was. It was a club or sword. I can't remember.
Just like a big rusty piece of metal or something.
Okay. They've just got it, and they're just slowly walking down the street, and it's just super Silent Hill looking. There's real cars just driving by, just out in the middle of nowhere.
Awesome.
That would have scared the living daylights out of me.
I think we should go as Coneheads to Dragon Con.
Yeah, definitely.
I really like the mini game where one player is on a giant flower. And the flower.
The Reaganomics game.
The Reaganomics game,
Trickle
yes.
down,
Trickle down.
effect, yeah.
One player's on the flower and it's raised up above. And coins are being showered down onto the flower. And the one person on the flower is trying to pick up all the coins before they scatter off. They trickle down into the water below. Meanwhile, the three other players they're in canoes down in the water below, and they're just scrambling to try to scrape by and like support their 4 children off of the one coin that might just happen to roll off of this flower.
See, I enjoy it. I remember the last time I heard Josh made a similar statement to this game is like Reaganomics was I don't even know what we were fucking talking about. And Josh wasn't like in the main conversation. He was sort of off to the side, like playing his Game Boy in a chair. And we were talking about something, and then Josh just like raises his head. I mean, communism looks good on paper, and looks back down again. And it was so I know Josh knows two things.
I really wonder what.
Reaganomics and communism.
I really wonder what I was playing.
Hopefully, papers, please. But it's here to say.
For the Game Boy, I don't know. I guess it could
Pokemon?
Been, yeah, could have been Pokemon.
Is there a communist Pokemon?
The gym leaders, they're all communists.
Yeah, that guy hands you free water at the beginning of each gym.
It's pretty good.
Yeah,
It's pretty good.
trying to draw lines. No, there are no game, no.
I feel like the podcast just died for about 10 seconds.
We need to get the paddles out.
Starting to come back.
No. Let's take time to sit here and think of how Pokemon is like communism.
Someone make a Marxist joke, quick.
Oh shit.
Anyone want to do math problems real quick?
We'll play Math Train, just the 4 of us. It'll be really fun. Oh man, but I think we're running out of steam because not a whole lot more to say about Mario Party.
I mean, we could talk about the other mini games. I mean,
Yeah.
they kind of like
There was that one where you had to balance on top of the balls, and the whole object was to knock
each other off.
Knock each other off of the platform. Those are my favorite. Whenever it's just because it gets
Combat?
It gets
Yeah.
It gets you to the edge of your seat.
Yeah.
Just tensed up, not knowing what's about to happen. You get so close to the edge, and then you recover, but then you go after somebody else, and you just miss completely and run off on your own.
those are the stages that it's best just to stay the fuck still.
Yeah.
Dave style.
Go to the middle of the stage and just fucking stay still and have faith that the 3 other players will eventually just knock themselves off.
I think the free-for-all levels are the best. And Dunigan, you dropped knowledge on me playing today. I had no idea. I remember just playing and thinking it was random, whether it was every man for themselves, 3-on-1, 2-on-2. I had no idea it was based on what squares you land on. Because whenever you land on a blue or a red space, it colors your tile, and then that affects the minigame.
Right. Like if 2 are on red and 2 are on blue, then it's a 2v2.
Yeah, no clue whatsoever.
If everybody lands on the same color, it's free for all. One on red and the other 3 on the opposite color, then it's 1v3.
It made sense when you pointed it out, but like that's also something I never really would have picked up on.
That's why you bring in the experts.
I know. That's my my only complaint with the game so far is that I really didn't like when you land on a space that has a star. It's a one-player game.
Oh.
And I felt like, to me, that's like the part of the game where it started lagging, because if it's just a one-player game, it really just, for that, I mean, granted, it's only like 15 seconds, but like that 15 seconds is just like one person playing the game.
But that is an extremely good way for you to come back and take
it's
the
a
lead.
huge
big
advantage.
Yeah.
But it's
Super
also a
huge.
great way to secure an already huge lead.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Well, like when we played the second time, and you had like
80-something
you had,
coins?
and we like the second place was me with 15, and it's like you landed on a star space. You're like, oh, one player game, and just racking them up. You like fucking Scrooge McDuck on your column of coins.
Because in that whole level, there was only one star tile.
I
and
hit it
Dunigan
3
hits
times.
it like 2 or 3 times. Fucking Dunigans, man. You guys are fucking made of luck. I remember your brother's luck when we were young was fucking legendary. Because like I remember he was the only person I knew that just made bank off heat.net.
Oh, yeah.
What is heat? What is heat?
I have
Oh,
not
my
thought of
goodness.
Heat.
What is
God.
heat.net?
What was the game? It was a fighting game. I can't... shoot.
Fighting it? I thought it was like Quake. Was it?
No,
it wasn't Quake Arena.
No, I'm pretty sure he sucked at Quake. It was a fighting game. I remember watching him play it a bunch. It was...
Was this like an online gambling site for video games?
It wasn't
or-
gambling. They had tournaments that they would post up, and they had different games that you could do the tournament for. But there was... I'll think of it after the show's over, and then it'll be worthless. But there was a fighting game he would play with on the computer, and he would just, bring down the house. Every single person he fought, he would just dominate them. He had heat.net shirts, hats, all kinds of gear. He got checks in from them because he would do so good. He had just everything. Every time there was a tournament, he'd go down to the computer, which is amazing because it was 50
Dial-up.
Yeah, it was dial-up internet. That's all we ever had at our house. I don't know. I guess the lag worked in his favor. I know cable was out. You guys, Nance had it.
Wow.
We
So
would
cable
go-
was out and he was...
Yeah, or maybe it was DSL you guys had. I don't.
No, we had dial up until like I'd moved away from college, and then they got cable.
Okay.
But we had dial up until then.
I do like to think that it was like a huge advantage. Like
I'm
everyone playing him was like, he keeps jumping around. His moves are sporadic. I don't know. I can't predict them.
Man, I forgot all about that stuff.
Yeah. Well,
Holy
and he
cow.
would turn the money that he made from that, go buy a pack of
He didn't
Those
do,
fucking communists.
big pickled pack of Pokemon pickle cards.
You go to the store and they're like, take as many Pokemon cards as you need. Just make sure to give some back. And Josh is like, that works on paper. Guys, I really don't know how communism works.
So I remember like he just went up, bought a pack, opened it up, hologram Charizard.
Yeah.
Fucking most expensive card, like still up there, like hundreds and hundreds
Josh
of dollars.
wouldn't do Pokemon. I did, but if it was a sports card, or he did a lot of Magic cards. I don't know that he ever played Magic, but he had a bunch. And
He certainly wasn't the Magic King.
No, that's Bowser. Nobody takes that title. It was literally, he had me collecting cards. I didn't care anything about sports, but you just kind of follow suit of what your older sibling does most of the time, and
That's why you hit Josh earlier.
I tried to jump out of the way. Man, guys, I think I really need to go to the hospital.
You'll be fine.
Yeah, but you had fun, John.
I would buy a pack of Magic cards. He would buy a pack. I would have like 4 out of the 10 that come in there, and they would all be the exact same, just super common card. And then he would have 3 just incredibly rare, valuable cards that he would sell and get more cards. And
I remember even before that, he had in the neighborhood. He had the best bag, like the plastic, like the see-through Ziploc bag of Pogs.
oh
Like
man,
he had all the best Pogs, man.
I was hoping you were just going to end there. He had the best Ziploc bag. like, Josh, you were really in the Ziploc bag for like a year.
It was like the ones, the double seal. Oh god!
Josh only had the ones that were just a plastic flap.
The sandwich bag.
Awful ones.
It always just had like it looked like it had been rubbed in gravel for a little bit. It had those little holes in it.
Josh had literal milk caps and just a fold-over sandwich bag.
I went to my mom's house a couple of months ago. I saw I was digging around looking for stuff, and I found that drawer that has all those pogs. They're still there.
Yeah, I don't know why we all kept them in Ziploc bags, but we did. So.
Did you?
Because we're Kentucky white trash.
The garbage bag was too big.
Did you ever play for keeps when you played Pogs? Were you hardcore Pog players or?
Me and my brother did.
Yeah, I feel
That's
like
why he had all
We
of
had to establish those, we had to establish those rules first.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh,
this
yeah,
game
God,
is for
yeah.
keeps.
I know playing for keeps, me and Josh, or Nance, he had Pokemon cards too. We would play occasionally. And I'd go to his house and we'd start playing Super Mario Kart and do a battle mode. And we'd turn all of our Pokemon cards upside down on the bed. And whoever won the match got to pick a random one.
oh shit.
I know there were a few. I had a couple of holographic Raichus that Josh got.
Yeah,
from me.
I was
Didn't
thinking.
your moms have to get involved at one point?
I don't remember.
Because I remember, I think it was a
you have a
Charizard.
problem.
I think one of us had a Charizard. I don't remember. I think it passed back and forth a couple times. I don't
And
remember.
every time it's just like, no, no,
even
no, just screaming. We'd shuffle the cards back up, do another match, and then somehow after the 5 minutes of shuffling, that card would be picked again. It was like it was marked or something.
because even back then it was like a $60 card.
Yeah.
it was a huge deal for people who had no income.
We were
you
in
know?
middle school.
Yeah,
$60 a lot for me, and I've got an income. I'd be pretty mad if I lost $60 right now.
Yeah. Over a game Mario Party. All right, we'll draw a card. You won the 50 turns. No!
So clearly, your brother is probably like a pro gamer now.
No, he's a. I honestly don't know what he does. It's a networking company. He sets up networks for a lot of different people. He's contracted out. He lives in Louisville.
Strictly dial up though.
He won't deal with anything else.
that's the source of his power.
The business has been down just a little bit, but he's doing okay.
But everyone's like, I don't know how he does it, but I mean, it works.
Yeah, at the Fallout creation screen, like I feel like all of us tried to be like pretty good stats. Your brother's just like luck. I don't give a shit. I'll give a shit about anything else. Luck.
Yeah.
I remember just like his. I remember people, not just us, like people talking about your brother just being like crazy lucky. That was just his thing. It frustrated the shit out of me.
For a while he was, yeah. For a while he was.
Yeah, I remember your brother was the. I remember he introduced me to Diablo 2 and StarCraft because he was obviously into the Blizzard games. I remember. I think I still have.
That's really weird because you introduced me to Diablo 2.
Because I know I got the disc from him.
So your brother's like Prometheus, not the first human.
Well, no, it was the gap because my older brother was the oldest, and then it was Tyler's older brother, and then it was me, and then so it was going down the line.
Dunningan's
Jared
older
had
brother.
nothing
This
to do
is
with,
like
Jared would have called all this just pussy bullshit.
Yeah.
He wouldn't have anything to do with any of this.
this episode is like the weirdest clusterfuck of people with the same names.
Yeah, I know.
Because it's like, well, Josh, but then it's
But
Josh,
your other brother.
but then
Not the other neighborhood kid, Josh.
but then Tyler Dunnigan. But no, I mean Tyler and Dave. Fuck, shit. All right.
But yeah, I think I still have the old like StarCraft and StarCraft Brood War CDs that he burned me, like with the CD key written on the disc.
Yeah, that took him 8 days to download a 2 gig game of Diablo 2. Well, see, here's the thing. I was at your house watching you play Diablo 2 for the first time I'd ever seen it. I was like, man, that game looks really good. So I go, and our computer was a piece of trash. You could have a Nokia cell phone that ran better than what that thing did. So we go to Walmart, and I see Diablo 2's up there on the shelf. I was like, oh, man, let's check out the requirements. And, I mean, it was like my computer had maybe a fourth of what.
500 megabytes, Jesus!
It required 2 gig to just install it. And my computer was a 4 gig hard drive. And I'm like, well, frick, that's not going to work. So I was like, oh, there's Diablo 1. I'll get that. I mean, it was remotely the same, but it wasn't, Diablo 2. But so we played Diablo 1 for, I don't know, a year probably. My dad would play it. He turned into a hacker, downloaded some programs, taught me how to do
Some
things.
trainers. Yeah, I like your dad. I like your dad. We would have gotten along really well. That was one of my favorite things. I should probably say this for a Diablo episode, but fuck it. One of my favorite things to do in that game.
Murder people and steal their ear.
Yes, and then go back to town and duplicate that ear over and 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 over again. Fill up my inventory with their ear. Go back down, find them, kill them again, and just throw ears out. Just throw their ears
Miller-
all around their corpse.
Miller did that too. Miller talked about how much he loved doing that.
God, I love it. And then just leave the game. I work with a guy who he was on the other side of that story. And like when I told him that, like his face just, I could see him getting angry. It
was you.
Exactly. He said that might have been you. And I said, man, I fucking hope it was.
I'm still waiting to meet that guy who scammed me for so much gil in Final Fantasy 11.
What? I don't remember this.
He did a teleportation scam and took my money. And like I reported to him and I lost like a ton of money.
So what, he just asked you for money up front?
Like I needed a teleport to like the other side of the world.
Okay.
And no one would respond to me. So I kept upping my gil until finally he was like, I'll teleport you. So I went up, we made the exchange, and then he just hit auto run, ran into a corner, and would not respond to me. So
He didn't even log out or anything?
didn't even log out. Didn't even log out. The whole time it's just me like, hey man, fuck you, this isn't right. Melf pokes Drakengard. Gestures angrily at
Yes,
Drakengard.
I remember that. Drakengard, man. And I saw they didn't kick him or anything because I remember seeing him like 2
We
days
reported
later.
to the GM and like everything.
He was the GM. Noob.
So if you're listening, Drakengard, I'm Melf. Fuck off.
I don't remember if it was Diablo or Diablo 2, but one of them you could try to do a trade and set something on the ground. But if you were just fast enough, you could pick it up as somebody was walking away from their
It was
stuff.
Ultima.
To try.
You could do that in
Ultima,
Ultima.
okay.
Definitely in Ultima, yeah.
And steal it back and get their stuff, and then they'd just be out of luck. That happened to me a couple of times. I was ticked.
Yeah, I stole people's stuff like that a lot.
It
guys-
was you.
I did. That was like in Ultima Online. That was like one of my favorite fucking things to do. I had a GM stealth character, and I would just hang out at the bank, hidden, and I'd stealth around the bank, and people would just drop stuff on the ground. Like it would be like my favorite one was there's this big chest that was someone had stored it in their bank, and they were trying to give it to the other character, and it was too heavy for the character they were giving it to. So as soon as they make the trade transfer, the fucking chest hits the ground, and I just fucking picked it up, and it was too heavy for me to put in my inventory, so I just click and held. I click and held the mouse button because as long as I held the mouse button in, I wouldn't drop it. So I clicked and held that fucking thing for like 10 minutes while those guys are like, they thought what was great is each one of them thought they were fucking the other one over because he was like, no, I put it on the ground. No, you didn't. I didn't see it. Yeah, I put it on the ground. Hey, man, fuck you. And then they argued back and forth for like 10 minutes. I'm going to call a GM. And then eventually one logged out and the other one left. And I just set it back on the ground and started pulling things out.
I was always jealous because I know Tyler and Nance, they played Ultima during high school, and everybody else would talk about it.
I sort of played Ultima in high school. I had like a home ec sim, really, is what I
Right.
did.
You're right. You were you did a lot of
Cook,
cooking. and
Yeah,
cooking.
I would be out like with my friends slaying dragons, like
Tyler
just
would be
come back
making
with all
shirts.
kinds like bags of gem and gold, and yeah, we'd come back and we'd see Tyronius, and like in the bakery with just stacked like bread stacked from floor to ceiling.
I was always jealous. You had to pay to play that game, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and my parents were
You
not
still
down for
do.
that.
There are free servers out there, but you still like if
That
you
is
wanted to play.
Mind-boggling.
yeah.
Right
And it's
there.
still like the same amount of money.
Right.
Like they have not come down off of that price.
Are there still a lot of people that play? Is it still
I wouldn't say
popular?
a lot, but I mean, there are people who still play, yeah. On
I
the
was always so
production
mad, and
servers.
I'd go over to Nance's house, and I'd watch him play. I was like, man, this looks like so much fun. I hate my parents. Hate them.
Hey, you guys.
Mario Party?
Give me achievements from Mario Party.
All right, before we get into that, I do want to say that characters like Tyronius were my absolute favorite to kill. I would love like just walking in a house and a dude's just sitting there like tailoring or something, and it's just
You're
like
dead.
it's like they just know. They just stop. And they just sit there while I murder them.
Trammel for life. I am not stepping out. There's some in Volusia. I'm never going to Volusia ever. I'm scared of Volusia.
Man, I always wanted a house right outside the moon gate. Because, man, you'd see for the people who came to, like, Felucia for the first time were just, like, kind of, like, stumbling around. And it's, like, literally, PKers would just wait around that moon gate for people to come through.
Yeah,
And,
because
like,
for people who don't know what we're talking about, Felucia is where you could kill people. Trammel is where PvP is not allowed.
Right.
So,
which is, like, one of the... They introduced Trammel, and it was, like, a sad day for me.
Yeah.
Because it's like, well, I guess people can enjoy this game now. Achievements for Mario Party?
yep.
Man.
I've got one. It's called Find the Star Spot. And in order to unlock Find the Star Spot, you have to reach an orgasm while you play Mario Party. You have to find the star spot within you. The walnut-shaped star spot inside you. Or the
Supposedly.
or the spongy roof. One or the other. It depends. It
The
depends.
N64 stick that is somewhere.
Because they do refer to as the spot on the board that has a star is the star spot.
Make you see Star Spot.
I'm being kind of blue tonight, guys.
Yeah. It's 4 boys is what happens.
Someone's gonna pull this.
Handsome
dick out.
boy gets blue. It's fine.
Four handsomes.
I've got 3 achievements.
Okay.
My first one is I am not your clown. And you do that by winning exclusively from the bonus stars
Josh
at
Nance.
the end of the stage.
Yep.
Stole all of them.
No,
just
I was
about.
tied for first.
We haven't
before
talked about that.
Oh yeah, that is a good
Way to go,
point.
Tyler.
The bullshit.
It's a
bonus
bullshit
stars.
element.
Way to bring it back to the fucking point of the podcast.
Because it's like at the end of the fucking game, it's like everyone finishes the board, and then they're like, all right, we're going to mix things up. We do things a little differently here at Mario Party. Who got the most coin total? You did, Josh. Extra star.
Yeah. Who got the most coins? Probably the guy who's already in first. Here you go.
Extra star.
Yeah. But whoever got the most blue spaces gets a star. Whoever won the most mini games gets a star. Whoever got the most chance spots gets a star.
I got one for getting on the most green spaces, and that's something you guys didn't see because we only played one board. That those bonuses aren't always the same.
They mix them up.
This game, it may have been who had the most coins total and who had the most coins during mini games and who had the most green spots. Sometimes it may be red spots. Sometimes it may be who lost the most matches or
Gotcha.
I don't know if that's actually one of them. That sounds like a crappy way to give a star, but
Is it randomized based on like is it randomized or is it based on what board you're on? Do you know?
that's too
Okay.
deep of a question.
I'm curious.
I have no
I don't know
idea.
either.
That's a good thought. It very well could be based on the board, but
You said in the later Mario Party games that you can turn that feature off.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank
yeah.
God,
Yeah.
because I remember playing this game whenever we were all in our jerk off parties in middle school. You turned away. I thought that you were like shying away with embarrassment.
disgusted Dunigan.
I'm ashamed.
But yeah, I remember I lost so many games to that bullshit
Yeah.
at the end.
You do a 50-turn game, be 5-6 stars ahead.
Yeah.
That comes up, and you'll lose.
You can turn it off, and I'm actually pretty sure you can negate it as far as what questions will be asked or how many bonus stars it'll give. If it'll give one for every question that they have in their library, or 5 bonus stars, and it picks what questions to give that star
Yeah.
based on.
It's interesting. The reason I was asking if it's based on board or if it's completely randomized is because you could totally change your strategy if it's based on board. Like knowing, okay, at the end of this, stars are going to be awarded for... I say you could change your strategy, but all that shit at the end is pretty much luck.
Yeah.
Honestly. Like landing on green spaces, you can't really control that.
Yeah.
That's just rolling.
Yeah, but
the
if you come up to a Y in the road and you could pick the path on purpose to
That is true.
go to a green spot.
Yeah,
as
that is
opposed
true.
to
In
going
later
to-
Mario parties where you can actually store items and then use them
Oh,
on your
that's
turn
true.
later.
That's true.
That you can do that later. Because eventually you can like get those mushrooms and store them up, and they make you roll 2 die instead of 1, and
Some of them will be 3 dice instead of 1. The
rules get fucking crazy in later.
There's
later
one
Mario
that's
parties.
called it's candy that you eat to have these extra abilities, and one of them's called bolo candy.
Rock candy.
And whenever you eat the bolo candy before your turn, you turn into a ball. And if you happen to roll over anybody during your move, then you steal 10 coins from every person that you roll over.
Wow. Jeez.
Yeah. And because the Mario Party 10 Wii U version, whoever has the tablet can play as Bowser, and then you're like
Exclusively that person?
yeah, they're Bowser, and you're trying to catch the other people.
That's
and
kinda
if you
cool.
catch them, then Bowser wins.
Huh.
But
Bowser's the traitor.
yeah, God. My second one is a Dave Moore quote. That's some Game of Thrones shit.
Yeah. Thank you. I almost mentioned that in this episode, but I didn't.
You unlock that by using Boo to steal a star with 5 turns remaining.
I finally got a fucking star. In the very next turn. I can't. Dunnigan, it was you. It was
Nance.
Josh. Because here's why I got confused. Because Josh went to Boo, gave him fucking coins, and Boo was like, all right, I'll steal that star for you. And then the very next turn, Dunnigan stole it from Josh. And that's when it was like, that's when I should have said this is some Game of Thrones shit. But yeah, I was totally fucking just little fingered.
You got Littlefinger by Josh in your star spot.
My star spot. My spongy star spot.
And the last one, is that even possible? And that is you get the 100 star bonus in the Bowser game.
I feel like we were close. I feel like
you're always going to be close.
I've got one.
All right.
And that's because I've been getting a lot of secondhand Gilmore Girls. So Stars Hollow, and that would be collect a total of 100 stars.
Okay.
Pretty good. It's pretty good.
Half marathoner. Play a 50-round game and make an entire lap around the board 13 times.
Wow,
That's good.
I like
That's
that.
good.
That'd be
That's
tough.
really good. That's really good.
You'd have to have some high rolls on that.
Hey, you guys. I got a quiz for all 3 of you.
I thought you might.
Yep. Otherwise, I would just let everybody talk
I know,
about
because you were bringing
games
it back
for a while.
pretty quick. I was like, okay, Tyler's got a quiz.
So we played it. We played a party game.
Yes.
So I've got a quiz about
Party of 5.
Party of 5.
And
Okay,
in comes
pause
the
it.
fifth guest host.
Famous party animals.
Okay.
All right, number
John Belushi.
Charlie Sheen. Winning.
Number 1. This party animal downed a whole bottle of whiskey and wore a sweater simply stating college.
John Belushi. Unless you're looking for the character.
I'm looking for the character's
Bluto.
name.
Oh,
Bluto. Bluto is correct. Bluto Blutarski.
Yeah, I didn't know his last name.
But when you were saying John Belushi, I was like, oh, damn it.
I hope Charlie Sheen is next.
This party girl partied too hard for E's Party On series and was fired.
I don't know. I was never really a big E watcher. A party girl got fired.
Because she partied far too hard. She wouldn't do any of the daytime segments because she partied way too hard at night. She got fired.
I've got a thought I can picture her, but I can't think of her name.
All right, describe her. Maybe Tyler will give us half credit.
She's brunette, super dark complected. I'm pretty sure she was in porn.
You're thinking of a host of Wild On, but it's not the one you're thinking
What's
of.
her name?
The one you're thinking of?
Yeah.
Brooke Burke.
That's it. That's who I was thinking.
Oh, I should have known.
Yep.
I've thrown up to
You're
her.
up to her.
Wait, like penally or
Josh has this fantasy where Brooke wears a strap on and
It just fucking like throws up.
Have we told the Goldschlager story before?
Yeah.
have we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. It's on a back episode.
Yeah, it's somewhere.
Yeah.
The Tadpog deep cut. I don't know the answer to that, so I'm gonna pass.
I'm out.
Josh.
No idea.
Tara Reid.
Tara Reid
She was on E?
Yep. She was the host at
I
Wild
mean, we
On
all know she's on E.
After Brooke Burke, she was the host
Okay.
of Party On, and then,
Okay.
got fucking fired.
Okay.
Because she would get super plastered with all the nighttime segments to where she could hardly even host, and then next morning just wouldn't leave her hotel room. Like, we have to go, blah, blah, daytime segments for a show. Nope. She just locked her door, would not come out.
I wouldn't either if I had those boobs.
Yeah.
I'm glad someone said it.
This party animal was pulled over in 2008 for running a stop sign and told the cop he ran the stop sign because he was in a hurry to get a blowjob. This is a hard one. You would have had to have heard about the news story.
I feel like that's the saying for all of these.
Yeah. Al Roker.
Close.
Sam Burridge.
Allegedly.
We have talked about him on this show before.
There's a good chance his name is Josh.
No. He has a game that we've talked about on this show before.
Has a game?
Shaq? Shaq
You're close.
What, Charles Barkley?
Charles Barkley.
I was about to say, who was it that made Mario Italiano?
It was John Sullivan. Creator of Mario Italiano. He'll love that reference. Known for pop art and soup cans. Who is this party animal?
Andy Warhol.
Andy Warhol is correct.
Man, you're on it.
Art history. That's the only. Yeah.
This party animal has supposedly slept with over 20,000 women.
Whoa. Charlie Sheen.
No, it's this is like one that I feel like I should know. It's a basketball player. I'm not really. I don't want to say Magic Johnson.
But you gotta call 20,000 women Magic Johnson.
But I mean, with a name like Magic Johnson, you'd think it's a basketball player. But I can't. Like, so many people are screaming right now at their.
Karl Malone.
No, it's Daryl Strawberry.
I'm sure Paul Korn is like. You give?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wilt Chamberlain.
Wilt Chamberlain. Yeah, like I said.
This famous party animal was known for drinking, eating 12 hot dogs in a sitting, and home runs.
Babe Ruth.
That's what.
Babe Ruth.
Hey, good job.
This party animal.
I almost said Kobayashi, but
This party animal is known for chain smoking, guzzling Cristal, allegedly doing cocaine, and partying nonstop between runway gigs.
Jacob York of Wolf Fighting Club.
Oh man.
Jacob is guzzling Cristal.
Runway gigs. All right, so this is, I assume, a model. Runway gigs, either that or some kind of air traffic controller. Carmen Electra? Probably not. She's probably like better behaved than that.
Just slightly, if I had to guess.
Yeah.
Probably not too much.
Read us the question again. I feel like we've got a fighting chance at this. Not really.
This hot party animal is known for chain smoking, guzzling Cristal, allegedly doing cocaine, and partying nonstop between runway gigs.
God, I don't know.
I'm out.
Yeah.
Kate Moss.
Oh, okay. We're doing pretty good, guys.
This party worm got poon from
Wait, this party worm got poon. I like this already.
from Madonna, Carmen Electra, and Vivica A. Fox.
Dennis Rodman.
Dennis Rodman is correct.
Hey, good job.
I didn't even have to say the part where he had 5 championship rings.
That he lost inside different women.
This turtle and goonie partied hard and charged men $250 cover charge to come into parties at his house.
Corey Feldman.
Corey Feldman is correct. Before retiring from being a party animal, this person showed up on MTV the day after 9/11 dressed as Osama bin Laden and was kicked out of a GQ party for discussing how Hugo Boss helped design Nazi uniforms.
Carson Daly.
Corey Haim.
Russell Brand.
Classic Russell Brand. No Charlie Sheen question?
No Charlie Sheen.
Oh,
I left
man.
out Charlie Sheen and Lindsay Lohan because I felt like that was
Those were the two I was waiting on.
low-hanging fruit.
You don't want to balance it out with all those really difficult ones?
See, I'm skewed because a lot of these I didn't have to look up. I just knew those. So
That's kind of your, I mean, you know a lot.
I know a lot of garbage.
Yeah. I I wasn't gonna say that.
If it's my
but-
friends or celebrity sex lives, like fucking tell me you're garbage. Fucking tell it to me.
Hey Tyler,
Yes.
man, I've had a good time today.
Yeah.
Playing some Mario Party, recording about probably like a quarter about Mario Party, and the rest being Diablo. The
Better?
whole lifetime. Yeah, better, just better, all around better. But before we close things out, I've got a couple questions for you. The first of which would be, if you were to give this game a beard that sums up how you feel about it, what kind of beard would you give it?
I'd give it the Heineken stained beard of the most interesting man in the world, which is like, on one hand, like that's kind of an interesting story, but no one really thinks he's the most interesting man in the world. Like Mario Party, it's a party, but it's not like the party.
So is the Dos Equis guy now?
Heineken, thank you, Dos Equis. I knew it was something I didn't drink.
He totally did a table turn, and he was like, "You know why I'm the most interesting? I stole all this money from Dos Equis."
Dog goofed.
I'm just saving you some Facebook messages
Yeah,
tomorrow. That's all.
Thank you. And taking them all on yourself for the Facebook quiz.
I'm not even logging in. Wednesday, I'm not just not going to be on Facebook. Tyler,
Yes, Dave.
if you were to give this game a pair of glasses, what kind of glasses would you give it?
I have to give it the tinted, hangover covering shades of Slurms McKenzie from Futurama.
I was waiting for him for the party animal
I
quiz.
fucking love Slurms McKenzie. Why is that, Tyler?
Because Spuds McKenzie doesn't have glasses.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah, I wanted a party animal that wears glasses. That's all I could come up with.
I've got another question. This is one that everyone can participate in. I want to know how much this game is used on Amazon right now. How much is it? What do you think? And Josh, you can tell me if I overpaid or not.
All right.
$21.
$21 from Tyler.
I'm gonna say $8.
$8 from Dunigan. Please don't reset me with the magic number that does it to me.
Well, I'm trying to figure out
King of Magic.
how much was shipping. I'm gonna say $31.
$31. Actual retail price of Mario Party. Mario Party.
Mario
1,
Pate.
at the time of this recording, used on Amazon is $38.
Wow.
Wow.
$38, which
Man,
is
you can get a current one
Yeah,
for
you-
that almost.
You would have overpaid. So.
Yep, because I gave
So-
Nicole $40.
Yeah. Oh. Okay.
Josh is like, it was like only
It
$22.
was it was like $5, man. but thanks.
You bet. Anyone want to guess how much it is new? Freestyle?
180.
180?
240.
240.
Helicopter.
208.
Dunigan, man, that's like some almost winning both showcases kind of guess. Actual retail value of Mario Party for Nintendo 64 new at the time of this recording is $249.99. You were within $10. That's pretty fucking good.
The entire reason I picked 240 is because I've had 3 Nissan 240 SXs, and I'm 100% honest.
It
That's the only
worked.
reason I picked it.
The only reason I would have guessed 240 is because that's how many blowjobs I've run stop signs for.
That was my bench press. So yeah.
I think this was a good game.
Yeah,
But I do-
too. I'm
But
with you.
it wasn't $38 good. Now, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
It has flaws, which apparently a lot of them actually are fixed in
Yeah.
the later games. So.
Yeah, that's a really good point. Honestly, if we weren't doing it for the show, I probably wouldn't have bought it. I would have just bought like the newest one for whatever console that I've got and just assume that it's a better version of this game, which
Right.
it sounds like it is
Safe
based
assumption,
on what everyone
yeah.
said. But still, like as far as this list goes, this game was playable, and I had fun with it.
Yeah, and I really sincerely
time.
mean, given the right circumstances, it's the most fun I've had on the list so far.
Yeah.
But outside their circumstances,
Not as fun as Mario Tennis, still. For me,
Yeah.
and I also don't think it's as fun as Diddy Kong Racing, but still, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
And I also don't think it's as fun as, but still, it's good. Oh,
I mean,
but it's also still not as good as
And also Bomberman 64, which was pretty shit. Not as good as that, but still. This belongs to the list. That last was a joke. This is so much better than Bomberman 64.
Yeah.
Fourth favorite so far.
Not bad out of.
Out of the last
14.
12 games. Oh, man.
I really wanted to prepare a quiz to bring in.
Just make one up real quick.
Well, the quiz I had in mind was going to be who said it.
Okay.
And I was going to go back through the backlog and try to listen to and just pick out little
Oh, God. You know I'd fail that.
obscure quotes from everybody, whether it be you two or guest hosts, and then give you a multiple choice of who said it.
I wish
And
you
so
would have
you-
done that. Because I would have failed like fantastic.
You've heard the one where I did that, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, I've listened to all of them except for like the last two, but I don't remember it at all.
Okay.
Well, see, I also don't remember anything that's said on the show, which is why I failed the one that Tyler gave me. Which is why I really wish you would have come with one, because, like, man, the look on Tyler's face, like the glee he got from me, I've never seen him that happy. I've never seen him that happy.
I just wanted you to get the one wrong that you said
Like,
it. That's
I mean,
all.
it was
That's
like
all.
his face lit up.
I remember
like,
that now.
like Christ came down and anointed him and like just pulled him like back on up, parted the clouds, and like Tyler got all the treasures in heaven. Like, I have never seen him that like just gleeful.
When Tyler said the part about you getting the one wrong about what you said,
Yeah.
I do remember the quiz now. Dang
Dave, you said that. He had it ready, like in the barrel, loaded. Just like, get it wrong, motherfucker. Get it wrong.
Crackle Barrel is whose Blair Witch House name? Whose is it?
But I would have loved that because, like, I want to see Tyler fail that quiz. I want to feel that glee.
Hey, give me 190 more episodes and I'll come back. I'll have that quiz ready.
Here's a hint. Pick from the board game episode because he slept through like 80% of that.
Yeah, I did. I straight up did.
Also,
Don't take Lunesta 2 hours before you record. Don't do it.
we felt really bad for you because, like, at one point, Wiley totally looked over at you and then looked at me like, what should we do?
I was still like, my subconscious was listening for cues. 'Cause every time it was like my turn, I'd pop back up, say something, and then fall back asleep again.
It's the closest to Slurms McKenzie I've ever seen you. Like, you partied a little too hard.
Oh, man.
You're the real party animal, Tyler.
It was
Yeah,
you all
clearly.
along.
Sleeping and throwing up in my car. That's me.
20,000 women.
Yeah. Divided by 19,000.
It's pretty good.
Thanks for listening, everybody. You can find the show on iTunes, Stitcher, or SoundCloud. So don't miss the next episode. Tentatively, we're going to be talking about Cool Spot for its various systems. We should all play a different one.
Rhythm Master Paul Korn suggested a game for us. That I
Okay.
think it's a really good suggestion. It goes with our theme of playing horrible games that feature mascots or food products or beverages, and that is McKids, which is a game I 100% forgot about.
Oh, man.
We have to do it. We have to do it.
Okay.
Did you
I'm
guys
down.
ever play the Burger King games? That they
Looks like we got some more to play. No.
they weren't on. I mean, they were on Xbox, maybe 360. I can't remember.
Really?
Xbox 360.
I don't remember if it was 360 or the regular Xbox, but they had three of them. One of them was
Is one like a race, like a kart racing game?
but you're on mini bikes.
Yeah. I haven't
And
played it, but I remember hearing
it
about it.
was very fun. It was the best
good?
of the three. And then they had one that was called Sneak King, and you were the Burger King guy, having to sneak around everybody else and hide in barrels and jump out and
Get in
not
their
be seen.
beds.
I can't remember what the third one was though, but I had all three of them that I got from Burger King. They were pretty fun.
Will you come back on in a couple of weeks to talk about it?
I'll try. I don't have any more, but I'll be glad to buy them. Bring them in.
Just buy us Burger King. We'll figure all the rest out.
Deal.
We'll get little bikes and we'll ride around this room.
We'll eat Burger King, and then we'll just ride mountain bikes really hard, and then come back and record.
Dunnigan's just gonna eat like 6 meals a day at Burger King, just blow up huge. Just Dunnigan, you can't get them like that anymore.
I still think I can. They've got to have some left over.
You know they're in the back, they just won't tell me.
Hello, Internet. Welcome to the episode of TADPOG Podcast.
He told me if I'd eat 25 orders of chicken fries, I could get one. It was in the bottom of the ball pit.
So cool spot, McKids, something. We're gonna continue on our theme for Other
Yeah.
Shit Monday. Next Wednesday, we'll be talking about Perfect Dark. Yeah, yeah.
We will.
Some people probably got boners. A lot of people have boners for that game.
I heard them out there.
Y'all's conversation between Mario Kart and Diddy Kong Racing is a lot, in my opinion, of what GoldenEye and Perfect Dark is.
Really?
You'll have people that think Perfect Dark is the better game. Other guys that are diehard GoldenEye fans. I think it's a lot very, very similar between the two. It's a pretty good game, though.
So I never played Perfect Dark, so I'm interested in,
I haven't either.
playing it.
I was a GoldenEye guy.
Yeah.
I played Perfect Dark, and I played GoldenEye first, and it kind of had that special spot for me. So
If Dan Marino were to play one of the games, which one do you feel like he would like better?
Looks like Tyler's got some editing to do.
right in this edit time here.
That's about it. Well, don't worry about it. We'll just let this one go.
If you like what we're doing here, if you approve of all of
For
this,
some reason.
of all of this, if you're just like, I love just opening up about cum stories
Yeah.
and then like PC games, a little bit N64, and then yeah.
That's two. You might want to write that one down.
That's another minute. Then
You got anyone here remember who Tyler dated in high school?
the one that I watched give him a blowjob.
what?
Oh no.
We have to have this episode up in an hour, so be careful about how much editing you're gonna have to make me do.
Tomorrow's Tuesday.
I like this game.
You're good.
I love this.
Never mind. I'm so used to that. Gosh.
Tadpog Nation was about to get a treat. Dave ruined it.
I would have probably been mad if like 2:00 rolled around and Tyler like, have you posted the episode yet?
I don't see it. Wake up.
Dave wakes up just oblivious of what's going on. Yeah, crap, I'm late. He does it
I
anyways.
published it a day early. Like the one time that happened before, like I called you, text you, I called you on Skype 20 times trying to wake you up because the episode wasn't published for some weird reason. If I hadn't taken all of my Lunesta and everything, I would have probably driven to your house.
That explains all the calls.
Yeah.
I thought it was odd when I woke up and I was like, man, Tyler really freaked out about this in like a way that I've never seen Tyler freak out about anything.
You need like a direct line to Dave's house, like the red phone over there, like on the desk.
The bat phone.
Yeah.
Nice. Get a really long string. Just have some cups mounted.
Leave us a 5-star iTunes review. Come on, just do it. Do it for us.
I would have loved for this to go up on Tuesday and no one say a thing. Like none of the listeners like even like mention it or even notice. Did you guys listen to today's episode? Yeah, it was good.
There's still nobody downloads it until Wednesday morning.
This is the honor system.
If there's a game you want us to play or a guest host you want for an episode, throw that in there on your five-star iTunes review. We appreciate it. It helps us out. And whatever you put in there, we promise we will get to it eventually.
Don't worry, guys. Like Tyler said, we're going to be back. We're going to be talking about something, probably cool spot. Maybe McKids if the guest host we have in mind can't make it for cool spot. In the meantime, you can always find us at tadpog.com. That's where the show notes live. I at least know there's probably going to be something about Slurms McKinsey on there. There might be something about all the fucking party animals we missed. That might be on there too. I don't know.
Soggy biscuits.
Soggy biscuit. We'll find the best soggy biscuit videos for you.
That's all it is. It's 40 links to Soggy Biscuit videos.
Tyler's got a full 24 hours to look at nothing but soggy biscuit videos.
Well, it's like that one show notes that was just 20 links to Bailey J videos. So, isn't beyond me.
I think I like to think that I opened with that story just in case Josh's mom decided, well, Josh is back on the show. Maybe I'll try to listen again.
That Tyler Dunigan's on. I haven't heard from
Yeah.
him in years.
I remember when his brother ran my boy over in his F1 car. That's the day Josh started smoking.
That's the day he.
We don't know where he found that cigarette. I guess the ditch.
That's the day he broke it off at a 6 and just said never again.
My brother is the reason why Josh keeps it as 6 now. He used to be an 11 all the time.
You can find us on Facebook if you want. We're at facebook.com/TADPOG. There's a lot of cool people there doing a lot of cool shit. If you have anything to say about this particular episode, that is the place to do it. We will see it. Tyler will normally make an episode post and just put your comment right there. Are you glad Dunigan's back? Did we forget to edit something out that he said? Let us know there. You can find us on Twitter. We are at TADPOG_podcast. It's cumbersome, I realize. But thank you to everybody who has been retweeting us, especially our episode announcements, because that really helps spread the news about the show. We've been getting a lot of new Twitter followers, and that's great. I feel like that's a direct result of people retweeting us. So thank you very much. And also, I haven't thanked anyone for Facebook shares recently, but like our most recent episode, so many Facebook shares.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Thank you very much for doing it. Probably not going to be that many on this episode because talked about cum a lot. I feel like there's a direct ratio of like the amount of cum talk to the amount of Facebook shares.
Yep. That's why Jacob, I think, has shared like 3 episodes ever. And even those were with heavy warnings as he shared them.
This might not be for everybody. You can also, you know what? You can call us if you want. If you want to leave us a voicemail or send us a text message, we might actually play it on the show if you keep it under 3 minutes. You can do that at 270-883-2555. Also, if you just love this so much that you feel like we deserve a little bit of money, we do have a Patreon. You can find that at patreon.com/TADPOG. Some very generous people, very generous listeners have donated to us there. And if you want to join their ranks, go there. Give us some money. Give us some money. Makes us feel good.
You'll get bonus stuff. You will get it
Eventually.
I've got them both. I've got them on my computer. I just have to edit them.
They have been recorded. Our intro song done again.
Yeah, this is all you.
It's Moves. Sycamore Drive.
Nice. A link to that track, where can that be found?
Sycamore Drive's website, where you can find a link to tadpog.com, where you can find a link back to Sycamore Drive.
I think he vaguely knows who we are.
Yeah, I've talked to him on Facebook. It was really weird because, like, Jacob of Wolf Fighting fame was the one who, like, he was really pushing me, like, you should get in touch with Sycamore Drive. You should get in touch with them. It was difficult to find any of his contact info. Like, I couldn't find, like, I found moves on freemusicarchive.org. So, like, there's only, like, an email address, and I felt really weird emailing him. I was like, maybe I can find him on Facebook. I found a Facebook page that had, like, 12 likes or something like that. I was like, this can't be it because, like, this guy makes wonderful music. Like, there's no way this is him. But I sent a message anyway. I was like, hey, if you're the guy who did the music for Moves, we use it as our theme song on TADPOG. It's a podcast about retro video games and cum and dicks and stuff like that. And like his response was just like the simplest, just like, oh, okay, cool, awesome. Just like didn't like really ask any questions. I just assumed he listened to an episode. Was like, not for me.
It was a few weeks ago whenever I decided to say that you could find it at Sycamore Drive. So I actually pulled up trying to find it.
Yeah,
He doesn't have a website. Yeah. Don't search for it. You're not going to find it. You're not going to find tadpog.com on Sycamore Drive's website.
Because it doesn't exist.
Yeah. Man, I searched for a long time, too. I couldn't find squat.
Yeah.
I found a YouTube channel, but that was about it.
Which is a shame because like he's got several tracks on several albums on freemusicarchive.org that are really good.
And Paul Kluhl uses Sycamore Drive's music for What's Paul Playing Today.
Yep.
So, yeah, it's good stuff. How you want to close this out?
I have a suggestion.
Okay.
Let's close it out like we think it's Tuesday and we have to publish in 52 minutes.
Suck it.
Or Cockmaster Shake.
So until next time. Fuck. Okay. So, all right, see ya. Thanks. Bye. Dave's computer's about to die. It's on like 2% battery. Bye.
With these, you're fighting the urge the whole time to just put your mouth around it and just suck. But with those, it's got the guard and you can't do that. So
Definitely got that.